the same drill. Coach, congratulations on the state championship. Could you talk about the game and then we'll open up the questions?
Well, we knew it was going to be a battle, and it was a battle from start to finish. We didn't come out and shoot the ball real well at the beginning and maybe throughout the whole game, but we made some huge plays at the end, and I really thought the second half, I thought the first half Rachel really kind of kept us in it, and I thought the second half Hannah really started to attack, and the rest of the kids just made plays and some big free throws early in that fourth quarter.
Coach, Rachel goes to the bench in the third quarter. You're down by 2. She comes back. You're only down by 4. You want to talk about the play of the rest of the team to pick you up at that point?
Well, they were really huge in that point because I even wanted to try to maybe put her in with like 4 minutes left, and my coaches just kind of kept looking away every time I said, should we put her back, should we put her back? But that's really what we've been made of all year long. We maybe didn't go as deep as we have been, but I thought with Assumption's size and strength, we had to kind of stay a little bit bigger and a little bit more experienced, but they really did. I mean, Maggie Imel played a great game for us, battling in that second half especially. Danielle Strawbar played some good minutes for us, 7 for Haley, and then a couple times we were pretty little in there. But I thought defensively these guys they were on them all day long. They made plays, but for the most part we did a really good job with them, and they were a big reason why we're champs.
Rachel, you scored 7 points there in the last minute 46. Do you feel like you needed to step up, kind of get things going offensively for your team?
Yeah, no, and I had 3 fouls, and I was sitting half the third. I was on the bench just shaking away, and I couldn't wait. I had to get in there and help my team out, but I'm not the reason why we won that game. It's a whole team effort, and when I was down in the third, the team is what brought us and kept us in the game.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the defensive game plan, especially against Gina Grundhofer and some of the big players inside? I think she only got 5 shots, and she's one of their main offensive players, so just talk about that.
Well, Gina's a really good player, especially for a sophomore, and she really hurt us last year in the state tournament, especially down the stretch. So we knew we had to pay a little more attention to them. The hard thing with Assumption is they've got weapons all the way around her, so it's kind of like a pick your poison thing. But we tried to pay a little more attention to her when she was on the perimeter, as far as at least having somebody on her. And when she was at the post, we tried to double her as much as we could. But there again, like I said, it was hard to cut them all off because the big girl came in and had some big points for them. Where a previous game she didn't do much, but it was kind of a battle between our, both our centers there for a while. It was kind of fun to watch.
This is for Hannah. Just talk a little bit about going up against Brittany Berkhouse. She's obviously a really good defender, and then early in the fourth, did you sense the need to take over because you were way more aggressive at that point?
Yeah, I tried to because I knew in the beginning of the game I wasn't too aggressive, kind of like driving a little bit and backing off, and driving a little bit and backing off. But then in the fourth quarter, I knew we were down by a little bit, and so we all had to step up, which we all did.
Rachel, you got the points at the end. That layup you made, that was the first lead that Barneveld had in the game. Were you begging the coach to go back into the third quarter, or did you understand you had to sit out for a while?
No, I understood I had to sit out for a while. With 3 fouls, you just don't want to go in there and have me get a fourth and then have to sit half the fourth quarter, But my team stepped it up a lot, and when I went, I wasn't begging him, I had to trust my team, and my team did it. So.
Hannah, they beat you in the title game last year. Kind of a redemption factor at this point to kind of win?
Yeah, it was. It was great. We knew it was going to be a hard game throughout the entire thing, which it was. We just ended out at
Second trip, back to back up here. I can see for each of the girls. What's the best part about being here, and what do you remember most about this, other than the gold trophy?
I think that the best part of this is just being with your team, because even just to make it up here, even if you win the first game, it's just a great experience because you have everybody watching you, like on TV and in the States.
Yeah, see, the best feeling is as a team, because we're all like sisters. We seriously laugh at everything and do everything together and stay in the hotel overnight, and it's amazing because we have so much fun together, and it's really sad to see our seniors go.
Well, it was as much fun this year. I mean, it's a little better feeling walking out of here being champs, but there again, it was these guys that did the job, and that was the important thing. But it's a great experience for us to even come up twice and to do it 2 times in a row, and then be able to walk away with a second and a first is just icing on the cake. But to have a team be able to come to this facility, and I even said to one of the people on the stands, I said, this is a perfect facility for this girls' tournament, you know, with the amount of people and what Green Bay does. I think they did a good job. Madison is a great place to go, but I think this is a really fun place for the girls' tournament.
For Rachel and Hannah, can you talk about the last second and a half? Because it seemed like you had 3 celebrations there when the ball went out of bounds, when they lost it, and then when 2.2 seconds left, you hit the 2 free throws, and then when the buzzer sounds. Can you just talk about that second and a half there?
It was like a great feeling, you know, but we still were only up by 2 until those free throws went in. And we're sitting there and we're just like, you know, we got to finish now. Like, this is where we could have that gold ball. And that's what we came for. And it was just like the adrenaline was running through us. We were happy, but then again, we still had to bear down and finish the game.
Yeah, just what she said. I mean, with the minute and a half, it took forever. When you're out there and it's a close game, it just takes forever. With that 0.2 seconds left, when they fouled Rachel and she was up to the line, earlier in the game, she told me, you want the gold ball so bad, you make me 2 free throws, and I just said the exact same thing to her.
Coach, you were within 1 point 6 times, couldn't get over that hump, finally did. What did you feel like you guys needed to do to finally take that lead and take the game control?
Well, we told them at halftime into the huddle, especially into the third quarter, I said, you know, you guys are playing great defense. You're keeping us in this. I said, somebody's going to step up and make a play. And I just told them, I said, if we can tie him and go ahead, we're going to win this. And that's the only message we had coming out of it. I said, we can tie this game and go ahead. You know, we're going to win this game. And I think the girls just really bought into that. And things kind of, you know, fell our way. We made it a little interesting. But, you know, they made some big plays down the stretch, too. They're just a quality team that just doesn't quit.
When you came up for the second half, you didn't shoot around. Was that by design?
And we got out there late.
Okay.
You know, coach talks too much. You know, that's the biggest thing at halftime. You know, and 10 minutes goes pretty quick, and then when you got to walk a little ways, you know, Barneveld, it's only 5 feet. You know, you can get off the court and into the locker room. So, no, it was just we just talked. We really didn't make a lot of adjustments other than to say, hey, we just have to relax on the offensive side of it because we're getting some looks. They're just not going in. I said, keep playing, you know, the quality defense, and we're going to be around here at the end, and then the shots will go in, and that's really what we talked about.
Also, neither team made a 3-pointer. Can you remember the last time that happened?
Jeez, I don't know. I don't know. No, I guess right off the top of my head, I think we might have played one other team where there was one from between both teams that was played. And there again, I think that's just credit to the defense played on both teams.
No other questions? Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thanks a lot.